Alrighty guys, so this is really weird for me. I don't ever do Facebook Live. I got out of jail, I'm finally home. But I need you guys to see what happened to me. And yet my arm is broken and the hospital did nothing for me. I was taken to jail. The nurses would do nothing for me. And I got to sleep on the fucking ground in a dirty ass holding cell for 6 fucking days with cracked ribs, a broken shoulder. Ugh, it fucking hurts. I can't use my arm. Thankfully from the elbow down is fine, but if any upper movement, I can't fucking do it. Oh fuck. So basically, I need you guys to understand that there's a conspiracy against me in Morristown, Tennessee. Ow. This place fucking hates me. Hold on, let me turn my Wi-Fi on. Got my Wi-Fi? I got Wi-Fi. Why is it saying slow signal? Sorry. So 2023, I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I knew I should have done it. 2020, look how fucking swollen my hand is, man. Oh, I can't even fucking hold it up. My hand is so much more swollen, you know, compared to this one. I can't hold them both at the same time because I need this one to prop it up. Like, that's how fucked up my shoulder is. So, in 2023, when I moved to Tennessee, Morristown, I bought this property. And I have had nothing but bullshit since I moved here. And it all started with this old fucking cunt bitch, Renau. I think her last name is R-E-N-A-U. Anyway, her family used to own the property that I have now. And within my first 2 or 3 days of moving in, she comes across my lawn. I had a worker laying some gravel in my driveway. And she comes across my lawn, and all I hear is this weird conversation, raised voice, and her. I'm like, who the hell's on my property? I didn't know who this was. I'm like, hi, are you with the worker crew? She goes, no, you got your shit on my property. This is my property. Blah blah blah. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And for the record, I lost like 1/3 of my hair because it got so nappy because they wouldn't let me take a shower. By the time I was able to take a shower, I wasn't giving any soap, or I wasn't giving any shampoo or soap or anything. I was just giving a shitty ass bar of soap, and the water out here is so fucking hard. It fucking, I'm gonna take my hat off, man. It fucked my hair up, man. Plus not being able to eat for 6 days, having a broken arm, lying on a fucking ground, and every time this bitch nurse named Brandy would fucking come in, she would laugh at Eddie. Can I please go to the doctor? Yeah, we'll see. Can I please go? Every time she'd come by to the other people that were in the medic unit, which wasn't medic at all. It was shitty little paper, like fucking thin mattresses on a dirty concrete floor in a holding cell that was crammed. We had an old man there who's still in there. His name is Mike, who has a bladder infection, can't fucking walk. And anytime he would fall out of, he was one of the few people in there that actually had a cot and he wasn't on the ground. Unfortunately, I was the one that's on the ground. I have to pick my shoulder to fucking put it on here. I haven't had any sleep for 6 days, which is probably the only reason I've been doing this fucking live stream, because I'm not thinking. And I'm just fucking tired, and I need people to know that I am being attacked and targeted in Morristown, Tennessee. Is it still on? Is it still live? Okay. Anyway, long story short, she kept calling the cops on me and saying that I was threatening her, when all I did was told her to get the fuck off my property, and you need to stay off my property, because in the future, I do plan on shooting trespassers. I never once said, I'm going to shoot you if you don't get off my property. That is exactly how I say it. Listen, you need to get the fuck off my property. And you need to know in the future reference, I do have intentions of shooting trespassers. So you need to stay off my property. You know? And I have every right to do that in Tennessee. God, this arm is so fucking fucked. Long story short, that this same cop would show up 2 different occasions. basically she had his ass convinced that I'm harassing her, that I'm bullying her, that I'm being mean or some shit. Like, so anyway, when I came back from Nashville at the U-Haul, that was so there's three interactions I had with the cop. 2 of them were on the same day. One of them was like my first 2 or 3 days moving here. Interaction number 2 was when I got back from Nashville. I'm unloading my U-Haul into my RV. I'm unloading my U-Haul into my garage. As I'm unloading my U-Haul into my garage, the same cop comes by because, she fucking called the cops again. Saying that someone was fighting on my property. I'm the only one on my property. Because when the cops came, they were like, yeah, we heard there was fighting and someone was threatening to kill somebody. I'm looking around like it's just me on my property. I'm just literally unloading my U-Haul. I gotta get some ice. I gotta get some ice on this. I'll be back in just a second. Or I guess I can talk while I'm doing it. Oh, here we go. There's a sausage roll. Ow. Anyway, he leaves. Nothing they can do, right? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All I know is that old bitch is just starting to start shit. Start fucking problems, right? So, by this point, because I'm 6'5" and I look the way I do, I'm not some generic fucking asshole Bible thumper who hates people who are different than him. I'm the one who's different who gets hated on. So because she's an old lady, they're usually going to take old women's side. And honestly, that is one of the biggest evils women do because they know men, we're hardwired to protect. And if you tell us something as a little old lady that someone's being mean to you, we're usually going to take it as truth. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what that fucking cop did. She painted me out to him as I'm just this violent, vicious, nasty asshole. I keep to myself. I don't talk to fucking anybody. I don't like people enough to want to interact with them that often. You see how fucked society is now? You really see how fucked society... Social media fucking ruined so much. And it also exposed a lot. Anyway, they leave. I finish unloading my U-Haul. And keep in mind, at the time, I only had my RV as my daily driver for the first 3 or 4 months until I decided to get my Tacoma, which I crashed in the accident. So, the morning when I went to go to Nashville, obviously I drove my RV to the U-Haul place, dropped off my RV, parked it, picked up the U-Haul. So, when I was done with the U-Haul, I drove it back and I picked up my RV. And anyone knows me knows I record music. I write, I sing, I play guitar, drums, bass, piano, blah, blah, you name it. I mix it, record it. Well, I'd mix some myself. If I want it to get sound really good, I'll give it to someone else to mix it for me. I can't fucking... Anyway, so as I get back in my RV and I'm driving back home, it's like literally 3 miles from my house, the U-Haul place. And I passed my house. I'm like, you know what? I've been on the road all day and I kind of enjoyed it. I want to listen to my new album and just hear how it sounds with a different perspective now that it's all done. So I'm just listening back to my album. Just in case, I got to turn up the bass, I got to turn on the vocals, is the kick drum too, I want it to sound right and consistent. And anyway, I'm driving through my area, and we got really narrow roads around here, and it was dark already, because this was December, and it was like 7 o'clock, somewhere there. So it was already dark, and I'm taking it easy, because I got a big RV, and the roads are narrow, and they're windy, and some guy tries to pass me, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going too slow. So I try to get over just a little bit, just like just instinctually. That's just kind of what I do, just to give room if someone wants to pass. And and keep in mind, when I say a ditch, I'm not talking about a huge ditch. I'm talking about something that's like, maybe 2, 3, 4, not even 4. Something that was maybe even a 2 foot, 3 foot in slope. And then on the mountains, and then here's the road, So driving on the road, and then here's like a little ditch, and then here's like the hill. And so anyway, I try to get over just instinctually, and I just get caught in a ditch. Like, I didn't flip my fucking RV. I didn't crash my fucking RV. I just went into a ditch and it got stuck a little bit. And so I get out and I flag someone down because I guess my phone died. Because I wasn't listen. I have a CD player, so I don't do the Bluetooth thing in my RV. I just listen to my CDs. And I guess sometime throughout the day, because I was on the road for 6 hours back and forth to Nashville to Morristown, my phone died in the meantime. So when I got into the ditch, I was flagging somebody down to help me. Like, hey, can you help me call a tow company? Can you call? Ow. Oh, fuck! Stop! Just put it back down. Fuck! Can you please call a towing company for me, just to get this out? You know, this ain't the first time this has happened. So basically, the situation that I was in had already happened 2 times to me during that month of traveling, just because I'm not used to driving a fucking 28-foot RV on narrow fucking roads in the middle of the night. Well, it wasn't the middle of the night, but it was dark, right? Fuck, man. Like I said, please forgive me. I literally have not slept since Thursday night. I haven't slept since Thursday night. The day the accident happened. I need to make a refined version of this video. I'm sorry this is so long. If anyone ever cares about this and you want the truth and you want to put it out there, dude, download this, edit out the little shit in between, and just get to the meat, you know, of what I'm saying. Anyway, all I had to do was just call a tow truck or wave it down, and it would help me kind of wench me out. You know, like I said, it happens, and I have such a low clearance on my RV. All it takes is a foot or two of different land leveling, and I can get stuck because now my axle or whatever body is sitting on dirt, and there's a leverage, and I can't get out. So it's not the first time that happened to me. So anyway, as I'm waiting for the towing company to come along, and keep in mind, I'm 100% convinced someone called the cops on me. It was some boomer ass, fake Christian, judgmental, generic fucking family who assumes any man who looks the way I do must be a druggie, must be a criminal, must be up to no fucking good. Only women are allowed to have long hair. Right? If you have long hair as a man, you must be a druggie, a hippie. Where the fuck they fucking dumbasses assume in their fucking mind? Yeah, if I can recall, I had 2 cars stop to help. Only one of them, I think, stopped to help. The other one stopped to fuck me over. Because one people actually called Casper Towing for me. The other people came, pulled over, and asked me if I needed help. And I said, no, that's good. I already have a tow truck on the way. And they, oh, we just live right up the road, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking those are the ones that called the fucking cops on me. And lo and behold, who fucking shows up? The same fucking cop. I guarantee you, when he heard the description, long hair? Oh, I know exactly what. Let me get on over there. Dude. No care. No, hey, you okay? Did something happen? What caused this? No, straight up. We need you to do a field sobriety test. Why? I'm just stuck in a ditch. Like, I didn't crash my fucking vehicle. No, because the 2 previous interactions and her constantly calling the fucking cops, painting me out like I'm this piece of shit. So by the time he had a fucking opportunity to catch me in the fucking wild, that's exactly what he fucking did. And you know what? No blood test. No breathalyzer fucking test. None of that. You want to fucking why? Once they fucking learned I was autistic, they're like, oh shit. Well, if we do a blood test or a breathalyzer test now, this is after I got taken in jail. Because I told them I wasn't going to do a fucking blood test or a breathalyzer test. Like, oh, you're refusing implied consent. Implied consent? That's retarded. That's coercion. That's coercion. Forcing somebody to say that, oh yeah, I give you permission. That's like rape. It's like implied consent. Well, you know, it implied consent. No, it didn't. I didn't give consent, and they didn't get it. But here's the thing is, technically, legally, if they wanted to, They could have held me down and drawed my blood. They didn't do that. They decided to lie and say I was combative and violent. Anyone who's combative and violent in Morristown jail gets the shit kicked out of them by the cops that work there. Or the deputies, whatever. No, not all the deputies are bad. I'd say there's a dozen that work there that are really solid, good people, men and women. The rest of them, I just think they're there for a check. And they like to fuck with people. I'm gonna put my... Oh, don't grab the fuck. So, at the end of the day, they chose not to do the blood and breathalyzer test because they're like, well, if he's truly autistic, anyone who meets me, I hate fucking saying it. I'm not autistic. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not an idiot. I see the world in a different way than others do, and I'm a fucking allowed to. Okay, I don't have to fucking see the world in some bland-ass, bullshit, conformist, stupid worldview. And that fucking bullshit. When there's gonna be some little fucking asshole who's gonna come across, hey, you think you're better than everyone else? And if that's the fucking mentality that you go down when you fucking hear that, society's lame. I don't like conformists. Oh, you think you're better than me? Dude, if that's the fucking mentality that you jump to, you're a fucking weak-minded fool. Especially as a man, dude. Anyway. They ran the risk of, if they told him I was autistic, and I think it finally made sense to them. Like, oh, he's not drunk. I think he actually is autistic. Or on the spectrum, whatever the fuck you want to say. And their thing was, well, if we do the blood test and the breathalyzer test and it comes up as 0, we're fucked. Because now it's going to be discrimination. Right? So they chose not to do the blood test and breathalyzer and say that I refused and was combative, even though legally they could have held me down if they really wanted that fucking blood test. And they chose not to do it. If you're fucking smart, you know what the fuck I'm going with. It's only a piece of shit like, well, what does it mean? You're a fucking troll, fuck yourself. If you're smart, you know exactly what the fuck that means. So they chose not to do it. They chose to leave it ambiguous. Them not drawing my blood was them trying to save their ass. And guess what? I got zinged for it. Them not drawing my blood. I wish they fucking drew my blood that night. In December 18th or some shit like that, 2023. I wish you fuckers drew my blood that night. I just didn't want to give it to you just as a fuck you. You don't get to... I don't trust cops. I don't believe... I think they tamper with evidence, and I wouldn't put it past them to fucking... fuck with my blood test. So I just fucking didn't feel comfortable. So anyway, I bail myself out of jail. Oh, fucker. Ow. I bail myself out of jail. And, I come home. I get my RV out of Casper's towing. Perfectly drivable. It had just a little damage, like I said, because when they had to pull it out of the ditch, and I guess it messed up some framing, because like I said, it bottomed out. That was the thing. It bottomed out in the ditch area. So I was at an angle where the back end, because when I went to the ditch, I started feeling like, I curved back, but then the back end kind of swerved into the ditch a little bit, and that's where the back end bottomed out. So when they pulled it out, it did mess up the body, but the body structure being damaged wasn't from going into, like I said, the ditch was only, I wish I had 2 fucking arms right now that would work. So basically it was only about whatever that is. It's a good solid 1.5 feet or so, but because it's steep, it bottomed out. And I just needed help getting pulled out. Like I said, that happened to me 2 or 3 fucking times driving through Tennessee, looking at houses through these narrow roads. I would get stuck sometimes. And that's just fucking what happened here. After I unloaded my fucking belongings from the U-Haul and I picked up my RV, and like I said, I want to go on a drive, and while I want to drive, I kind of want to get used to the neighborhood. Even though it was dark, I still wanted to, let's get familiar with the roads. We're bored. Let's drive around. I got a house. We live here now. I want to feel at home. Oh, that fucking lasted very fucking shallow time. I can't fucking form a proper sentence. That's how fucking tired and in pain I am. So they. I feel like I got to do this is just the prologue to why this is leading up to this. So anyway, the other night I get pulled over. No, let's go back to the thing. So they charged me with a DUI and refusing resisting. It had to do with whatever they said. I violated the implied consent thing. And here's the thing is, anyone who's saying I'm drunk right now, I'm not drunk. I'm not. I literally just got out of fucking jail. Here. Oh! My bondsman just left, and I'm on a fucking alcohol ankle monitor. I can't drink it if I wanted to. You want to see my fucking fridge? There ain't no fucking... Oh, wrong way. Let's switch this around. Look at this. There ain't not a fucking out. There ain't no beer. There ain't no liquor in here. Okay. And that one soda down there is not even fucking mine. I don't drink soda. That was from I had a band come in. I was doing some recording from them, and the bassist left his Dr. Pepper. And I put it in the fridge and thought he was going to come back, but they never did. They were content with the tracks. I was like, oh, cool. That's it. All right. But I need you guys to see how fucked up I am. Like I said, this part of the shoulder is broken, and you can see how far back it's sticking out and the swelling. And so anyway, I want to get to I'll get back to this. Ow. Fuck, man. But look how fat my fucking hand is versus this one. Skinny, right? Or lean. This one, chubby. And I've been like this since Thursday night. Was never taken to I was taken to the hospital. They did an x-ray. Doctor says, your shoulder is ruined. If you ever want to use that shoulder again, you're going to need a pin put into your shoulder when we can set you up for surgery. A few minutes later, they start asking for my insurance, and I'm like, I was so out of it. I mean, I don't think I have insurance anyway, unless something from California carried over in my name that I just haven't been aware of. I know at one point I had Medicaid or Medi-Cal when I was in California. But I'm so fucking sorry. There's so much random bullshit in between the fucking points that I'm making. This video is fucking insufferable. But I need you guys just to see, like, this is how I talk. I get nervous. I'm tired. Ow, fuck. Like, I'm not drunk. I'm not a fucking alcoholic. Do I like to have a beer? Yeah. Do I like to have a glass of wine? For sure. Do I like my fucking Bloody Marys and margaritas when I have lunch? Yeah. But I don't fucking get plastered and go fucking driving around. Like, what the fuck? The majority of the drinking if I ever do is at home while I'm fucking recording music. I rarely ever fucking go out. And mostly it's because that fucking first incident made me fucking paranoid. Like, cool, so every time I fucking go out now, I run the risk of these fuckers, oh, there's that wolf guy, let's fucking get him. Let's get him for another DUI, even though he's not fucking drunk. He's Morristown, Hamblen County, really fucking... I feel like they fucking heavily depend on false DUI charges to help make revenue, because they know the majority of these people around here are disenfranchised and not financially well off, and they fucking keep these people. They fucking... They do this shit on purpose. Anyway, so back to my point about the charges. It was like I said, dates. December 18th, somewhere around there, 2023. It was just before Christmas 2023. charges were, the DUI and the evading whatever fucking alcohol test, okay? I don't want to call it. I'm not mad at you or anything. There's not going to be here. The only person who's going to see... Oh, wait, I guess we're live. No, just... So, they dropped the fucking DUI, but Doug Collins, the judge, wanted to roll over the other charge to the district court or circuit court, right? Grand jury. But he's mad at me. Well, we couldn't get him for the DUI. And blah, 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 whatever, right? So he decides to suspend my license for a year. My attorney overturned it and got it back that same afternoon. Fast forward to Thursday night. And keep in mind, that suspension thing is going to come. It was cleared. I have documentation of it. My attorney has documentation. It was fucking cleared. He overturned it, gave it back to me. It was clear. Give me a second. I'm not going to rush for this. I'm so fucking tired of losing my train of thought. Like I said, if anybody can, edit this fucking video. Edit all this middle bullshit out where I'm just pausing, trying to figure out what the fuck I want to say, collecting my things. It's bullshit. Like I said, I haven't slept for 6 days. I'm not normally like this. To a degree I am, but not this fucking stupid. Not this fucking bad. Not this discombobulated. Anyway, I get pulled over. I decided to fucking go out to Knoxville and see a show at a place called the Pilot Light. Which, while I was there for probably 4 hours. The whole time I was there, I only had a Pacifico and a Modelo. And that was spaced out throughout 2 hours. I'm 6'5" and over 200 pounds, okay? 2 fucking beers ain't a DUI. And 2 beers ain't shit, okay? For me, 2 beers ain't shit. That's I wouldn't even, that's beneath child's play. I can't even call it child's play. It's like, here's like drunk alcoholic. Here's functional alcoholic. Here's child's play. Here's, I don't know, what, easy mode? I don't know. Fucking to the point where, the whole fucking thing, if you have anxiety or whatever, like the first 2 beers don't count. you just become normal again. And that's usually my thing. I'm out. It is usually take 1 or 2 beers. I'm like, okay, now I feel comfortable actually talking to other human beings now. Because normally I'm a hermit. I stay to myself. Anyway, saw this cool band. Unfortunately, I only remember the one band name. I bought a CD and a record from another band. But the only band I remember the name was Glaver. Glaver. They were cool. Glaver. And they're like shoegaze, indie rock, cool shit. It was cool. Anyway, I'm driving back home. Actually, I have difficulty remembering a few pieces just because of how I got into an insane accident. The only person who was hurt was me. I didn't hit anybody. I just think I took out 2 utility poles from what I heard. I don't know if it was 1 or 2. I was under the impression it was 2. Ow. Anyway, they pull me over. They tell me they smell alcohol. Typical thing, right? But that wasn't until late. I don't know the order. I forgot. Anyway, so much fucking pain. Ow. Anyway, I give them my license. They run it. They asked me, "Hey, can you step out of your vehicle?" All I said was a simple, "Oh, why?" I said, step out of your vehicle. He opens my car door and tries to yank me. I'm like, what the fuck? And I fucking freak out and I just step on the gas and I just go. And as I'm going, I think the video might even be on Facebook. It might have got a part of it. I had this fucking weird tendency, or some fucking CIA is hacking my phone on the other side and stops the recording when it's the most convenient, right? But I have this fucking tendency where I think I'm recording, I'm not actually fucking recording. I yell at myself and I'm like, what the fuck? You held this camera for 3 fucking minutes thinking you were filming something, and then you press the button. Oh fuck! Now I wasn't filming the whole time. You know, I've done that before, and it's so fucking frustrating. So anyway, I'm fucking freaking out. This dude fucking all I said was why. No explanation, no reason given. Just opens my car door and tries to yank me out. I could understand if he was like, well, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, yeah. I'm like, well, I don't feel like getting out of my car. Well, I asked you nicely. I've seen people on fucking YouTube, they go back and forth for a few minutes before they fucking finally open the car door and try to do some bullshit. This was immediate. We need you to step out of your vehicle, please. Oh, why? Opens the car door and tries to pull. All I said was, why? I wasn't combative. I wasn't being a fucking dick. I have the right to fucking ask, why? Why do I have to step out of my vehicle? I don't fucking know who you are. I don't know what's going on. Give me an explanation and see if I comply. If I don't comply, then take the next step. Asking why is not non-compliance, you fucking idiots. So anyway, I'm speeding down the fucking road, trying to document what's going on. I'm trying to upload the video so you guys fucking know I'm being fucked with. And as I'm doing that, I guess I was staring too much at the fucking phone instead of the road, and that's why I crashed. I didn't crash because I was fucking drunk. I crashed because I was staring at my fucking phone. I was staring at my fucking phone trying to upload this shit to Facebook. Anyway, turns out the reason why they wanted to step out, and they didn't tell me this, but it turns out my license was suspended. Shall I say, resuspended behind my back and my attorney's back by that same fucking judge. Yeah, I said fucking judge. No, what? You're gonna violate my first constitutional right and retaliate against me now? Doug Collins? Doug Collins? You psycho motherfucker? Ugh! Anyway, so out of retaliation, remember earlier I was talking about from the first charge from 2023 when he tried to suspend my license and my attorney got it back that same afternoon? Well, guess what? He didn't like that. Apparently, he decided to resuspend it. So I have this whole thing from the past. This was supposed to be a chapter of my life that was supposed to close. This was supposed to be an ending fucking chapter of this bullshit stress and fucking weird anxiety-ridden fucking fever dream I've been living the last few fucking years living here in Tennessee. I hate fucking living in Morristown. I fucking hate living here. I moved out because I want to be left the fuck alone, and it's been the exact fucking opposite. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, so he decided to not only resuspend my license, what was it? What's the 7th month? July? I guess he supposedly suspended it back at the end of July somewhere, of this month. Because guess what? The closing end of this is supposed to be September. So I guess, well, let's see if we can get him for something else in the meantime and fuck with him, right? So we can get him back in here, right? So, not only did he resuspend my license behind me and my attorney's back, not my fucking attorney, I'm sorry, behind my back and my attorney's back, he also decided to add a tampering with evidence charge to that whole case. What evidence did I tamper with? I'll tell you, fucking nothing. What happened was, this is a conspiracy against me. And I hate saying that because I get it, that goes down a weird rabbit hole and it turns people off. No, there is a fucking conspiracy against me in Morristown, Tennessee. Because you want to know what my first bond was? I think it was like $3,500, which I got to pay 10% to get out, right? Which was $350. That was it. Reasonable, chicken shit, little bond. All the motherfuckers apparently decided to Google my fucking name and realized, oh, I won a $1.7 million fucking lawsuit First off, I didn't win that money. My team of attorneys and I won that money, and we fucking split it. You want fucking honest? I walked away with less than $900,000. I didn't win one. I fucked with like what, $812,000? I didn't walk away with 1.75 fucking million. I've never been a fucking millionaire. I took that money. I wanted to start a new fucking life, and I wanted to move my girlfriend, my fiance at the time, Eva Brambolic, from Serbia, because I lived with her in Belgrade, Serbia, when I was dealing with a fucking shooting incident. Remember, that's the one I got the money from. I left the country because I was being fucking harassed by Santa Monica, LAPD, whatever alphabet agency was. I don't know. CIA, FBI, police stalking. I don't know. It was just some crazy fucking shit where I was constantly being followed by helicopters, people in unmarked cars, and some people would also play chicken with me on the fucking freeway when I was working for Postmates. So it's like, I can't use this fucking left arm. Fuck. I'm gonna turn this camera angle down so you can at least see the fucking table. So like, you're playing chicken, right? You're driving on the freeway, right? And someone wants to like constantly like pretend they're gonna swerve into you to make you swerve and cause an accident. I dealt with that for fucking like a year before I finally decided to fucking leave California and give this relationship a chance with her. So anyway, I came back out here, and the whole thing was like, I wrote a letter to the embassy, got it notarized, sent it to Serbia. She was told basically, oh yeah, you should be approved, no problem, blah, blah, blah. A month later or so, gets her letter from the embassy, and it's a letter of denial. So I just fucking crushed both of us. I've been super fucking depressed since then. So I just stay in my house and record music all day. I got so much fucking music up on YouTube, man. Check it out. Whether it's my personal account or Wolf Mountford Topic. You know, we don't have that Vivo Topic and some other. That's through my CD Baby distributor. I do anything from punk rock, southern rock, dark country, instrumental, nice stuff. You know, so I got a couple covers. I think I got like 30 songs up online somewhere. Oh, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Oh. Anyway, like I said, they must have all Googled my name. Because guess what? There was a conspiracy to keep me in jail. To fuck up my first case. Why was my bond $500,000? Okay? Well, you had this charge, you evaded police, you got a DUI, you crashed a vehicle, you left the scene of the accident. That's still not worth $500,000. You know how many people were in that courthouse that had 95% similar charges to me? And there's a few in there that had worse charges than me. You know what their fucking bonds were? Most of them were like anywhere between like $5,000 to maybe $30,000. Hell, even when my attorney went in to defend me on my bond hearing date, even he's like, dude, this is really excessively high. This is really excessively high. And my attorney even brought up, so there was a man in Tennessee who took a sledgehammer to a person's face and beat the shit out of them to death and crushed their skull. You know what his fucking bond was? $70,000. He hurt somebody. He murdered somebody in a fucking gruesome way. Yet, he gets a $70,000 bond. But because he thinks I have money and he wants to fuck with me, I have a $500,000 fucking bond. It's like these people are fucking jealous of me. They're fucking jealous of me. We're gonna find a way to fuck this up and try to take as much money from him as he can. We wanna make him feel like shit. We wanna bring him down to our level, which is like, I don't even think I'm above anybody. Unless you're a piece of shit and you're a mean person or you're a racist or a homophobic bitch. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. We're all fucking human. We're all on this fucking planet together. And this place kind of fucking sucks at times, okay? I don't think I'm better than anybody, okay? I know any fucking orphanages and group homes and fucking what do they call foster homes, orphanages, group homes I fucking grew up in growing up. I got 11, by the time I graduated high school, I went through 11 different foster homes, 2 different group homes, and several different orphanages. Okay? I know what it's like to not fucking have anybody. I know what it's like to not feel fucking loved. I know what it's like to not feel wanted. I don't fucking think I'm better than anybody, okay? And if I come across to you, that just means your ego is fucking fragile when you're in my presence, okay? I look so weird. I haven't shaved in fucking 6 days. I never do facial hair. This is only here because I guess I just wanted to do this video in the raw. You know? Fuck. I want to try to stand up. Ooh. Sorry, I gotta get something to eat or drink. But anyway, I just need you guys to know. I guess I'll finish my point before I get something to drink or eat. There is a conspiracy against me. And anyone who says there's not. You're either part of it or you're just you're an oblivious person to understanding that certain people in town can get together and conspire against you and to try to fuck your life up. And that is what has been going on. That's what's been going on. We got that Doug Collins to drop my $500,000 bond to $250,000, right? He still dropped it into a way where it's like, oh, I got to put my whole house up only and drain my whole fucking bank account. Get on a fucking ankle monitor where I got to pay, what, $300 something a month for this bullshit? So, I was set up. I was set up by Doug Collins. There's a reason why he had my license resuspended. Basically at the end of July, beginning of August somewhere. I think I saw it's like 7:30. It was like the last day of July or somewhere around there. He resuspended my license without notifying myself or my attorney. Okay? You guys need to fucking understand that. I'm so fucking tired of talking about stuff and it just goes over fucking people's heads. He suspended my license behind my back and my attorney's back. And then he decided to fucking add a tampering with evidence charge. This is a full-on retaliation against me because my attorney got my fucking license back. And he decided to just conveniently do it 2 or 3 months before my court date. Why 2 or 3 months? Well, 2 or 3 months gives him plenty of time to catch me out in the wild, right? One of his deputies who's in on it sees it. Yeah. One of his deputies sees it, right? Let's pull him over. I was set up. Or just in case something does happen and I do get pulled over, boom, if we can't get him for a DUI because he's autistic or whatever, or because he looks funny, well, at least we can get him on a suspended license and get his ass back in here, right? No, I think from the very beginning, his sole intention was to get me back in jail, to fuck up my first bond, to have to do a whole new bond, and then try to just financially drain me. That is literally Doug Collins' agenda against me. He suspended my fucking license behind my back. I wasn't notified. My attorney, Jonathan Holcomb, Holcomb, Jonathan Holcomb, attorney at law in Morristown, Tennessee. He wasn't notified either. And then we see this bullshit added charge of tampering with evidence. This guy, Doug Collins' whole fucking modus operandi is to fuck me financially. I guess he wants to humble me, bring me down to earth. I'm not an arrogant person because, I got a house and I got a recording studio and I'm just happy to be able to do what I fucking want to do in life, man. And I haven't even been able to fucking enjoy it. I haven't even been able to fucking enjoy what I'm doing. When I'm doing my music, you know what I have in the back of my head? Oh yeah, I have a beer. Just play guitar, ignore it, brush out. Play your music, record. I know there's some weird shit going on, but my music and whatever discography I can leave behind in life is important to me. Okay, you don't gotta like my music. There's a lot of people that do. Okay, there's a lot of people that probably don't. It's okay. There's a lot of people that fucking love Metallica, and there's a lot of people that say Metallica fucking sucks. You think Metallica gives a fuck? Okay, there's a lot of shitty successful artists that shouldn't be where they're at. And there's a lot of very talented artists that aren't where they should, and vice versa. There's a lot of talented artists that, maybe not today in the mainstream, because it's all bullshit, idiot program, pop star, gangster rap, deathcore bullshit. It's all just negative shit. Idiot shit, you know? So, I don't know. So, yeah, there is a conspiracy to financially drain me. And the fucking weird thing is, he didn't even have to do any of that. If you want to drive me out of Morristown, well, joke's on you, buddy. I already was basically planning on doing that in the next few months. After I did my musical project, started doing all my stuff, got my albums up, copyrights, everything's registered. I paid my royalty fees to the cover songs that I did, so I don't get zinged financially for like ripping off people's music and passing it off as my own. I would never do that. I love the Dead Kennedys. I love the Misfits. I love Leonard Skinner. You know, Johnny Cash. Any covers I've ever done, like I've always paid my royalties. You know, I'll never fucking make a song and pass it off as my own. I pay my royalties. Okay, my songs that are my own are my own. Okay. Little Red, Ocean of Dreams, Revelations, Dark Clouds, Black Swamp, Surf Monster, This Old Town. I think I got a lot of really, really, really good, decent music. Some songs I think are better than others for sure. But if you want to hear covers, check out Mississippi Queen, Police Truck, Dead Kennedys, or London Dungeon Misfits. I think I did a really good. I did all the music, all the vocals, the singing, mixed it. Well, it's one I didn't mix. The other ones, actually, no, there's 2 songs in that list someone else mixed. But I usually mix my own shit nowadays, but anyway, I need you guys to understand that there's a conspiracy in Morristown. And like I said, I can't just flat out say that without saying all the other shit first, because listen, as someone who grew up in Orange County, tweakers are fucking everywhere. Okay, that's why I'm so against meth. You know, weed, wine, mushrooms. You know, I like that. I would never. You couldn't pay me to touch meth. I saw what that did to my own parents. There was a reason why I was a foster kid. Okay. So anytime I hear someone say, "Oh, conspiracy! This is a conspiracy against me," I'm like, "Oh God, another fucking tweaker who thinks demons are out to get him in the government." But that's not what this is for me. So I do understand to most people's mind when they say, "Oh, there's a conspiracy against me." He's just paranoid. Maybe he should stop smoking weed. First off, it's been damn near a week. I haven't had a drink. I haven't had a joint. Nothing. It's been a week. I've been in a week in a jail with a broken fucking arm. Or should I say a broken fucking shoulder. Collarbone's still good, right? Oh, thank God. Oh, did it shift? Or is that just because it's swollen? Yeah, it's just because the misalignment. Honestly, I wish it was just dislocated. Who knows? Even the fucking hospital. Oh yeah, what was I saying? The hospital. So I went to the hospital. I might have been there for a few hours. Yeah, the guy told me if you ever want to use your shoulder again, we're going to need surgery. You're going to need to put a pin in there. Asked me, I already told about the insurance, huh? Asked if I had insurance, said I wasn't sure. A few minutes later, he comes in with a fucking sling. I think you saw me wearing the sling earlier. He comes in with a sling, and he goes, I got a second opinion. The way your fracture leans, you can just put it in a sling, and the momentum or whatever will position it back, and it'll heal on its own. No, it won't. No, it fucking won't. The only way that would happen is if I sat still for 3 months or so, right, 90 days. If I sat still for between 60 to 90 days straight in the same fucking position, and didn't move it, right? Didn't roll over to sleep, didn't like turn, because I can't sleep on this side. I can either sleep on my back or I can sleep on this shoulder. Here's another thing, okay? There is a person, there's a few nurses in this place. There's a young nurse, she's so awesome. She is so professional. Then there's Angie, which she's overworked. She is so overworked, and she's all right. She's not, I don't want to knock her, because she has some humanity in her. And then you have this Brandy. There's this Brandy who, she's a wife to a cop in town. And while she's there doing her nursing duties, first off, she basically laughed at every single one of my medical requests. Can I please go back to the hospital and get that surgery? Can I please get an ice pack to bring down the swelling? Oh, we'll see. I'll come back in a little bit. We'll see. And was this stupid fucking smirk on her face. Talking to you, Brandy, you fucking bitch. Go ahead, retaliate. I'm coming for your fucking nursing license. You're a fucking terrible human being, and you ignore your Hippocratic oath towards inmates that you hate. You don't get to ignore your Hippocratic oath just because you don't fucking like an inmate. Okay? I did nothing wrong to you. You were a bitch to me the first time I was there in 2023, and now you're like, oh, hell yeah. Let me guess. Was your husband in on the roundup of me? If you ever see him, bring him in. I wouldn't fucking be surprised. So many people in that jail are in cahoots with each other. They're in cahoots with each other. They're not all, but there's a few select people in there who do not have the public's best interest. Yeah, DUI, right? I'm slurring my words. I'm stumbling over my sentences. You must be drinking, right? Holy shit. When I first moved here and I got my furniture for my living room, when I was doing my living room stuff, I had a gentleman. There was two gentlemen that came in to set my house up, right? Not my house up, but just set up the furniture in my living room. And one of these dudes had, and I'm not saying this out of any disrespect, so in case you ever see this isn't a knock at you, man. I would never make fun of someone. This is just an observation, because this is what went through my head. This is how he kind of talked. Man, you know, but you got the couch over there, and then you got the ceiling fan over there, and then holy shit. How many times has that man been pulled over and falsely accused of being under the influence of something? Just because of his speech impediment. Just because of his fucking speech impediment. These fucking people do shit like that. It's like, is your sound so fucking broke you have to fabricate charges when you pull people over just to extort money from them? That's what's fucking going on here. There's a DUI scam. And the thing is, it's not just in I think it's heavily concentrated in Hamblen County. But it's throughout Tennessee. There's a good percentage of DUIs that are not real. They're not real DUIs. They just threw it on there, just fuck this guy, I don't like how he looks. Let's just accuse him of being drunk. And the thing is, these people are abusing their police powers. And nobody can fucking do anything about it. And here's the other thing. And that's why they're trying to drain my bank account. Because they know I'm the one person here who actually has the funds to fucking hold them accountable. Or had the funds until, Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised in this meantime that they would try to set me up to have me violate my bond somehow. Right? To end back up in jail and lose my house. That's their whole conspiracy. Now here's the thing is, if you guys wanted me to move, I was already gonna fucking move. Right? Nah, we gotta move and break you, right? I know, you're fucking evil. I need you all to know that this is what's fucking going on in Morristown. I'm not fucking playing around. I'm not fucking paranoid, okay? I'm a very analytical, situational awareness person. I can see, and there's no point. I just sound like I'm stroking my own dick. I'm not gonna, I can do it. No. I'm a very perceptive person. I'm very analytical, and I'm very fucking aware of my surroundings and the people around me, okay? It's not hard for me to put two and two together. There is a fucking conspiracy to fucking financially break me, take my fucking house from me, all because of I just don't think they think I belong here. And you know what? They're right. I don't belong here. And that's why I was actually going to wait for... I was really hoping to have this chapter from 2023, the end of 2023, to finally close September 24th. When do I get fucked? Oh, what? The 29th of August. Literally, like 3.5 weeks before my... Not even a month. 3.5 weeks before the chapter was about to close. That's why that Doug Collins made my bond. Let me restart. That's why Doug Collins resuspended my license behind my back, added a tampering with evidence charge, and then set me up to get pulled over and then hit me with a $500,000 fucking bond for bullshit. Okay? And if they did smell alcohol in my fucking car, well, guess what? About 2 weeks ago, and it sucks because I have so many fucking things throughout the day. And I distract myself on music. I'm like, I'll get that later. I gotta finish this song. I gotta get the copyright done. Something inside of me was yelling, screaming inside, hey, you need to get as much scored as you can in case something fucks you over in life. And for some reason, I was right. I was right. And... sorry. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that. I think I do. Let me see if I recall. Remember. So, there is a conspiracy against me in Morristown. This is a very corrupt sheriff's department. There are some corrupt police officers, so there's the sheriff's department and there's the police department. And all the inmates go to the sheriff's department, not the police department, because the jail is... And the thing is, the jail, the sheriff's department, and the courthouse are all three in one. Which to me, I feel like is a huge conflict of interest. It's just a scam money machine. And so, like I said, I broke my shoulder, I cracked a rib, and guess what? I was laying on a thin mattress just on concrete floor. I wasn't in a cot. I wasn't in a bed. They had a dude with a broken shoulder that the hospital kicked out, cracked rib, and they put me in a fucking dirty ass fucking holding cell where all of my medical needs were ignored, where all of my medical requests for medical treatment and attention were laughed at and ignored. They laughed at me while I suffered in my fucking room on a fucking concrete floor and a fucking thin-ass mattress with cracked ribs and a broken fucking shoulder. And they laughed. They thought it was fucking funny. Especially that fucking nurse Brandy. That nurse Brandy needs to have her medical license, her nursing license revoked. She needs to be investigated. And I know me saying this, guess what? Her husband's a cop. These people they're in cahoots with each other. Oh yeah, just next time you see him, fuck with him. Go to his house. Honk your horn, flash your lights. They did it the first time. When I first got arrested, I think I might have got one, it wasn't very good recording. But there was like, they stopped after the fifth or sixth time when they saw me come out with my phone and kind of walk down the road and they zipped. But it was almost this black Dodge Charger. And it had like like those lights. I can't use my left arm because it would be on your driver's side. You know those lights that patrol vehicles have where it's an external light and it has an arm handle on it and you can control it? Anyway, this thing would come by my house, shine its fucking light, and then rev the engine. It would do that. It did that on and off for probably a week or two, maybe 2 weeks. It wasn't every night, but it was like, hell, it might have been every night, and I just didn't notice it because, it might have been downstairs or whatever. But no, but the handful of times I did notice it, one of the few times I actually tried to record it. So I'm like, you know what and it's like, is this someone trying to threaten me? You trying to be ominous with me? Basically what I'm going at is, this is deeper than a conspiracy theory against me. What's going on is fucking demonic. it's some small town, I hate to use this word, Illuminati stuff going on. You know, I get it. You want to keep your town a certain way. You want to do this. I had no intentions of fucking with anybody here. It all starts, that old fucking bitch made a bunch of bullshit about me and painted me in a fucking horrible light. I don't fucking, dude, this isn't my normal persona, okay? I'm not this guy who's just angry and stern all the time. This isn't how I normally talk, okay? I'm talking like I'm full of emotion, and I've been through fucking hell since moving to this goddamn city. And I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. I just didn't want to keep I just didn't want to, I don't know, put negativity out there. So I held off. But this video needs to be fucking made. And like I said, if any of you, like Matt McLean, I love you, brother. Matthew, if you can download this and cut out basically, if you can just cut it to where it's just the meat. Take out all my filibuster, my bullshit, my long pauses. You can strip this video down lower, but no, it's just, I need you all to know that there is some crazy fucking evil, corrupt shit that goes on in Morristown, Tennessee. Morristown. Morristown. That sheriff's department and Doug Collins is absolutely crooked. He's an absolutely crooked man. It's so crazy. You know, growing up, I would hear stories kind of like this about people going to, like, as a kid, I would have the same thoughts that some of you are probably having right now listening to me. Like, nah, I think you're just over exaggerating. I think you're just trying to make your story sound more interesting than it actually is. That's not my case. You guys have never, ever, fucking ever seen me come on and do a fucking live stream. Especially a live stream without my shirt and a broken, bruised, fucking busted up arm and a broken rib, crack, whatever the fuck it is. My knees are fucking banged up too. My shin bone was exposed. They had to put 2 stitches in it to close it up, because I guess I'm tall, man. So when I crash, my knees don't have much room, man. So no. Like I said, I used to hear stories like this. Yeah, that judge is trying to corrupt me. He's going after me. Then police are coming after me, and I'm like, I would look at him or look at those people who would tell me that. I'm like, I think you're just trying to get people to take your side and feel sorry for you, right? I can't blame anybody who hasn't been through this hell. I can't blame anybody for thinking it just sounds like it's just a conspiracy theory. Like it's not a real conspiracy. This is just a conspiracy theory. This is what you're theorizing is what's going on with you. No, this is what is going on with me. This is what is going on in Morristown, Tennessee. I would not come out here and make a fool of myself by spreading some bullshit, wild ass, imaginative, wild theory that I just conjured. No, what I'm telling you that I've experienced is what happened. It is not just a subjective, this is just my subjective interpretation. No, this is an objective, stripped down, legit fucking, this is what happened, okay? This is what fucking happened. Oh, what I was going to say about the grocery store. Even if they did smell alcohol in the vehicle, unfortunately, like I was saying, sometimes I think of things, like, oh, I got to clean that, but I'll get to that tomorrow. Man, for a week or two before this even happened, I went to the fucking grocery store. I usually take a once every 2 weeks trip to the grocery store, to get what I need. And in that fucking particular shopping trip, there was milk and a bottle of red wine and some eggs and some other stuff that I bought, right? On my way home, someone slams on the brake to avoid running a red light. So I slam my brakes to avoid hitting them. Half of my fucking groceries come from the back seat and fly right into the fucking front. milk busts open, bottle of red cooking wine breaks open, and anyway, I get home. I basically just wipe it up. I wipe it up. I dry it off. I'm like, all right, cool. And just make sure like it's not going to stain the chair and all that, right? And I left it like that. And there's a few times I got in my car, like, ooh, it kind of smells. And I'm like, I got to take care of that soon. And I just never fucking did. So they said they smelled alcohol. That's the fucking alcohol they smelled, okay? It was a fucking mess that happened in my car a week or two before, and I just never fucking fully got around to getting rid of this smell. My focus at the moment was just because there's times I'll go somewhere, and it'll be like anywhere between 4 days to a week before I leave the house again. So my whole thing was let's just clean it up and get it dry, make sure it doesn't stain, right? So I brought in the groceries and I went back out and I actually think I came in the house first, got some paper towels and some rags and shit, and I think I got I think it was just some towels and rags I got just to soak up the mess. Anyway, then I came back out, got the groceries, brought them in. Yeah, whatever they fucking smell was unfortunately that red cooking wine. I've been fucking around with steaks and doing different ways of like searing, and I just been trying to get healthy again and get my weight back up because I've been underweight. Look how much fatter this arm is. Honestly, those used to be the size of my arms in high school when I was wrestling, but now it's the size of this. It's only that size of my flex now. But my left arm is only smaller than my right arm. But yet it's so fucking swollen. It's so swollen. I'm gonna turn this around and see if I get a better picture. No. Where's it at? How do you? Is that? How do you slope it? How do you do that? Turn around. There you go. The front lens is a better. Maybe this will give you a better idea of how. Like something's sticking out the back and it's swollen. I can't even lift my arm up sideways to show you what's underneath. I can maybe try to. I got fucked up in that accident. You see the size difference? I can't. I'm in the front camera. I'm not in the reverse view like I was before. But no, this is a real fucked up, legitimate conspiracy going against me. And all I can say is, if anything crazy happens, I need you guys to share this video and what I'm about to say next. If I ever end up on the news for anything crazy or anything drastic, just please know it was in pure self-defense. This fucking place has it out for me. And it couldn't be any more fucking obvious. Is this the simulation trying to erase me? Am I too disruptive for it? Do I not fall in line with what the system thinks I should fall in line with? So out of pocket to the point where like, dude, we gotta eliminate this guy. That's really the core was what I think is going on here. They don't like people like me. They don't like people who can challenge the system. They don't like people who can afford to challenge the system. And that's why that motherfucker set my bond at $500,000 when there was a murderer who got a $70,000 bond. Dropped the bond at $250,000. At any moment in given time throughout the next few months, they're gonna try and they're gonna try to make me violate my bond in whatever fucking way, okay? I'm not gonna personally intentionally violate my bond, but I know for a fucking fact there is a full-blown organized effort to get me to now violate my bond, which is a $250,000 fucking bond. My house is worth, I think it's worth more than $260,000 now because I did some renovations. It's nice. But I bought it at $260,000, which is basically the price of my bond. And all the money I got to spend every fucking month for this stupid ass alcohol monitor, $350 a month. They're doing their best to drain me. So I can't fight back. So this is how we fight back. You please, like I said, any of my friends on here who is good at video editing, please, if you can, download this video. Okay? Chop it up where you need to chop it up at so it gets rid of the in-between shit. Because I know nobody's going to sit here and watch this full fucking video and sit through this insufferable, oh, what was I going to say again? Well, I don't even like hearing that shit when I watch videos, okay? So if you can, chop shit like that out and stream it together and make it a streamlined version of this video where it gets to the fucking meat and the point of everything. And then if you want, maybe upload the full one too, okay? Just even me making this video is putting my freedom in jeopardy. Because these people don't value freedom. They value conformity. They value keeping motherfuckers in line. Who the fuck do you think you are getting out of line? But like I said, first off, I want to go back to that Brandy lady. She's not a lady. That Brandy nurse who needs her nursing license revoked. She puts hands on people like a correctional officer. She's a fucking nurse. Why is she running around acting like she's a cop when she's there? Why is she not honoring her medical oath to help those in need? Why is she ignoring and laughing? You don't care if you don't like me. You don't get to fucking have me be on a fucking dirty ass floor in a 1-inch fucking foam little shitty mattress with cracked ribs and a broken shoulder and ignoring every single, I didn't even know what my pain medicine is. Oh, ibuprofen. Ibuprofen. That's all I have fucking had for the last 6 days is ibuprofen. What the fuck's that gonna do for a broken bones? Nothing. Fucking nothing. And they know it. And that's why they did it. It was a fuck you to me. Here's your ibuprofen, dude. Here's your ibuprofen for your broken little arm. That's their fucking mocking mentality that these fucking pieces of shit have. And guess what? They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna try to get me to violate my bond. And guess what? They're probably, this is on private, but I wouldn't be surprised, you know, the people that run this shit show, this reality, the Illuminati, whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? Do you think for 1 second that they can't see a full, if you can make your profile as private as you want. They're part of the club, it don't matter, they can see your whole profile. They can probably see this. See, now we can sit there and go, oh, now he's going down a rabbit hole, right? Before, no, no. Before, everything I said before was legit. Everything at this point is now a little theoretical in my mind, because at this point you kind of have to assume the worst just to protect yourself and prepare. But yeah, their whole thing was to get me to pay the bond, to get out, get me to violate my bond, and then take everything from me. That's their fucking plan. That is their fucking plan. And I want you to know I have every intention of following my bond until this is fucking over. Ultimately, I wish I would have sold my house already, but I was really hoping for this chapter to close from the previous bullshit. And then just me get on a nice focus of where I want to go next in life. And then this bullshit happened where he revoked my license again behind my back and set me up. And decided to hit me with this crazy ass $500,000 bond where I couldn't get out. And I was able to finally get out on it. He lowered it to $250,000. He said, because I'm a flight risk, I am a danger to the community. I'm not a danger to the community. I literally stay in my house 90% of the fucking time. And when I do leave the house, I either go to Holston's and I have a beer and a burger, or I chill out and I talk to people for a little bit. I go grocery shopping. Or if I want to do something, I go to Knoxville. You know, I'll go see an independent underground band play because I don't like mainstream music. I like discovering new unknown artists. I just really I like punk rock. I like shoegaze. I like shoegaze, reverbed out punk rock. You know, I think that shit's rad. And It's like punk rock Pink Floyd because there's so much like ambience, and I don't leave the house. So for him to call me a threat to the community, well, he led an actual threat to the community. The man who smashed a woman's face in with a fucking sledgehammer and then a bat. I forgot. There was this, you can look it up. I'm not bullshit. If you ever want to look up Morristown, Tennessee, man kills with sledgehammer. It'll pop up. His bond was $70,000. I mean, who knows? Had he won a lawsuit and had his financial situation been put on fucking public record, maybe his bond would have been higher. Who knows? Because, well, let's extort him. You know? No, because I had money, and they assumed I have way more money than I actually do. They decided, like, let's just hit him with an insanely large bond. Oh, and then, so this guy named Sal, in jail, better call Sal. And I hate to say this because this is a conflict of interest, because my attorney is his stepson. Now, I love Jonathan Holcomb. I think he's a good man. He's a good attorney, and he does fight for me. He got Doug Collins to drop my stuff from, and we ran a risk doing it too, because he could have just rejected it and like, oh, I'm still stuck. He ran a risk, and I forgot what the risk was by doing it, but it was apparently serious enough. But he did the right things. He fucking cross-examined the female cop that pulled me over. Well, it was a male and a female, but the female was on the stand, and she kind of stumbled up a little bit. But anyway, he got Doug Collins to drop it to $250,000, which is still fucking insanely high. It's insanely high. For many bullshit. I didn't hurt anybody besides myself. Nobody lost anything besides me. I totaled my fucking 2021 Tacoma truck that was $40,000 with sweet ass tires on it. Like I said, the crash is my fault. However, all that could have been avoided if that motherfucker had to just not open my car door and tried to pull me out. And anyone who watches this, well, you should have complied. First off, you're a piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. I didn't resist anything. When he said, hey, sir, we need you to step out of your vehicle, all I said was, why? No response was after that. All I said was, why? Immediately opens my car door, tries to pull me out. And if this gets bigger somehow, I'm pretty sure that body cam will eventually have to come out. Actually, because this is such a shady ass part, I feel like the only place that's really, you can really get body cam footage easy is in the state of Florida. You try to get body cam footage in a southern state like this, dude, it's corrupt as all hell. They're going to hide anything and everything they can to avoid being outed for who they really are. And if you guys want to know anything more about Doug Collins, he's already dealt with, I guess, being taken to court for holding people longer than they should be, not giving them bond. And it's crazy. They ended up because the jail was overcrowded because of how their antics. You know what they did? Instead of removing Doug Collins from the bench as a judge, what they did was they built his ass a bigger jail, and it hasn't even opened yet. You know, that's why that's why we're all laying on concrete in these little chicken shit mattresses. Oh, the food is awful. And here's this one thing I said. There's this guy named Mike in there. Old man, 80 years old. Severe bladder infection to the point where it has fucked up his midsection, and he can't even walk. He has a wheelchair, and he has to get off and get into this little cot, which isn't very stable. And it just sucked because that guy fell. I fucked my shoulder up worse now, I think, because I kept having to pick that guy up with one arm, and as I'm straining this arm because it's so stiff and swollen because I can't. every time I asked Brandy for an ice pack, she would just laugh at me and walk away, would never bring me an ice pack. I would have to pick this old 80-year man up off the ground and try to put him back up into his wheelchair with one arm. Because there's 4 of the guys in there bigger than me, but they all hated him. They all hated him and they all fucking bullied this old man. So this 80-year-old man who can't walk, has a bladder infection, needs a catheter to pee, is in a shitty-ass, dark, fucked up environment with these... Basically, there's 3 murderers in that medical unit. Oh, it's not even a medical unit. They're calling it medic unit, but yet we're never priority for medical anything. The people in what they call the slams and SCOT, they get more attention than the 7 people that were in the medical unit. We should have been priority. And that old man should not have been in there with those 3 fucking monsters. You know? They fucking threatened me to fight me. And I'm just like, first off, I'm not in the mood to fight. I got a broken fucking arm. Second off, they were fucked up themselves, okay? One guy was in there for a heart attack and was on like a pace monitor. The other guy apparently got stabbed and fucked up here, and here. And they just took his staples out today, but he's fucked up. And the other murderer, he's an old man. I had no problems with him. He's also 80. But it's basically there was 2 people in there that were really fucked up individuals towards him, and even towards me towards the last day. And had it been the outside world, I would have fucked them up. But in there, I'm like, dude, like I don't want to get an ad charge. I'm trying to bond out of here. Last thing I need is to get into a fucking fight and get an ad charge where I have to stay here longer, right? Or increases my bond to even get out, right? So I'm trying not to be confrontational. I'm like, hey, listen, man, there's really no need to be violent. And they're like, oh, man, this is real. I've already fucking shot you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I have a broken fucking arm. Yeah, you're 250 pounds, but you're 5'10". Yeah, you may be 300 pounds, you're 6'2", but you fucking slow as hell. And have no self-respect. All I had to do was kick one of them in the fucking chest, and it would have imploded on him. I don't want to catch a murder charge just because I'm defending myself against a situation that didn't need to occur. But that's the shit. Oh, and the big black dude, I'm talking about the guy who was like 300 pounds and 6'2". Before I got, so there's 2 incidents with him. He ended up slapping the old man because he needs a nurse. He needs medical attention. He's left alone and he's in a cell with a metal door. And most of the knock, he has to knock if he. So anyway. And they hardly ever respond. And when they do respond, stop knocking on the fucking door. Stop knocking on the fucking door. I'm like, dude, this man needs a catheter to go pee. Anyway, apparently, that big guy slapped him. Cops questioned him, and guess what? They stuck him right back in the medical unit with each other. Imagine being 80 years old, not being able to walk, having a fucking urinary tract infection, or a fucking bladder infection, and then being scared for your fucking life because anything you say might be the wrong thing that sets that ogre off. Nobody should, that's not how a medical unit should run. Why the fuck are you putting that, and the guy was only in there because he missed a court date, and he was only in there for weed. Like, what the fuck? They treat this most petty shit as though like you're a terrible human being. And anyway, so there was another incident where I guess there was a trash can, it was a huge trash can, it's a trash bag. But that trash bag was like, if you stretched it out, it was like a good 4-foot tall bag. So it's just laying there and it was pressed down. When he was done with the bathroom, he threw his catheter in there. He thought it went in the trash because of how big the trash, but it didn't. I guess it eventually came out and landed on the floor. And that fucking dude came up and lifted up his whole bed. He didn't flip it over, he lifted it. I'm so fucking tired of fucking this guy, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh, you have no idea how much self-control I had to use. I'm a guy who fights for other people, and me being in that situation, I'm in a really weird, jeopardizing position. Like, my arm's broken. I don't want to fight right now. I don't want to fight right now anyway, let alone my arm is broken. I'm fucking in jail. I'm fucking like over this. I don't want to fight, and I don't want to fight because I don't want to get an ad charge. I also don't want to fight you because you apparently just had a heart attack and you're on a heart pace monitor. One kick to your fucking chest, I send your bitch ass to the shadow realm, and I catch a fucking murder charge. So it's fucked. It's fucked to be in a predicament where I gotta let this piece of shit run his fucking mouth, right? To avoid getting into a fight where I know I'd accidentally kill him, okay? Because I know that's the type of guy. One push, put him in a headlock, put him down. He ain't gonna stop there. We still gotta share a medical unit. He's the type of guy that when I fall asleep, he would come in and stomp my fucking head in. And they're putting people like that together with people who aren't confrontational. I say I'm not confrontational. I'm confrontational on social issues, certain political shit. I'm not naturally a confrontational person just for the fucking shits and giggles. That's not how I fucking operate. So, and it's just, thankfully, I think he gets out Friday. No, he gets out tomorrow. There's another kid that gets out Friday. And it's just fucking insane. It's fucking insane. That jailhouse is so fucking corrupt. That jail, and so I got a bunch of, they call them chiggers, Chiggers. I gotta spell it just in case someone wants to misinterpret me and thinks I'm fucking saying the N-word. I gotta turn the camera on so you can see it. Anyway, I finally got something to put on it today. And the only reason I got it today was, I was gonna go back to Saul, my Jonathan Holcomb's attorney, really quick, because he's charging an illegal 8% interest on bond payments. Apparently, you're not supposed to charge interest rates. I don't mean to. No, I don't want to be called anti-Semitic, but he is Jewish. He is Jewish, and apparently he's been able to get away with this. Because I talked to Mike, because I was gonna have him bond me out, but he was just shady as fuck with me. My card wouldn't go through because he's old, doesn't understand how fucking technology works. So I was like, hey, okay, well, let's do a wire transfer. Pulled up my thing. I even showed him, no, I'm not trying to scam you or anything. Look at here. When I bought my $40,000 Toyota Tacoma from Morristown Ford, and I did a wire transfer, they had to type in their wiring number, their routing, and their account number. And I sent them the money. And he was like under the impression, no, that's a scam. I know what you're trying to do. I don't. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh fuck. Well, here, then take my fucking card and run it yourself when you go to your thing. Anyway, he said he was going to come back at like 6, right? Didn't come back. So I called him at around 6:50, 8 o'clock. I'm like, hey, where you at? Oh, he's like, I'm trying to find a notary. Bullshit. He wasn't trying to find a fucking notary. Long story short, he said he was going to come back, and he didn't come back with my debit card until, this is where I'm going to get to, until, basically, I called my attorney, which is his stepson. He's like, all right, I'll tell him to bring your card back. And then there was another attorney, Ben Bishop, which I think I like him. He's cool. He overheard me talking to the investigator, Miss Ramsey. She's a corporal officer who's on shift, but she's also an investigator. So, anyway, they all got a hold of Sal. And he brought my car back right away. Because he said, he's like, I'm not there tonight. Well, I guess I'll be there by 10. But anyway, long story short, before he brought my card back, we had a phone call. And he was basically accusing me of being a liar. He accused me of not having the money that I said I had, which is a lie because obviously I'm out of jail. And he called me a shyster. I'm the shyster, yeah. I'm not the one charging 8% and illegal. So the new bondsman I went with, I told him about it. He said, what? He's not supposed to be charging any interest on your monthly payment. So let's say you paid half up front, half later to get out, right? Let's say my bond's $250,000. I need $25,000 to get out, right? I can come up with half and then pay. So let's say I came up with $12,750 or whatever, right? Cash. And then the rest of it I can pay off. But until I pay it off, he has my deed for collateral to my house. Man, I wish I had somebody to hold this fucking ice here for me. So this would have already started going down if I held it the whole time. I gotta go to bed soon because I gotta wake up at 9 o'clock to leave by 10 because I couldn't find the deed to my house, which I find really fucking shady because all of my other deed, my paperwork when I bought the house is all together in the same label folder I'll show you. So there's cabinets where I keep my stuff, my files. And it's not a coincidence. I do think someone broke into my house because they have my keys. I don't have my keys. I had to break into my house through my garage with the help of my bonding agent, my bondsman. And so they have my keys. If they wanted to get into my house, hell, they don't even need to have my keys. Like, people can pick locks. See how easy. I wish more people understood that. Close-knit, lack of better words, societies where, like, they're not known, but they're in cahoots because they work with law or they work with some alphabet agency like the CIA or the Freemasons or the Illuminati. I even hate these words, Illuminati, because it does exist. But unfortunately, people who, oh, you hear what they do? It makes it sound stupid and it dilutes it and waters it down because most people who talk about it are just dumb. Forgive me. I'm going to be very blunt because most people talk about it are just, most, not all, but most people talk about it, and the way they do, it comes across as very dumb. It comes across as very cliche and stupid, so people don't take it seriously. But there's definitely some order of that going on around here. And so we were talking about getting my card back. Oh yeah, so anyway, he calls me a shyster. But then he said he'll be back. I'll just bring back your card tomorrow morning around 10. Dude, it was around like 2 or 3 o'clock before I was able to finally get out of my holding cell to get a fucking phone call. Like I said, I had been asking since about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, can I please make a phone call to my bondsman or my attorney? Same answer as the ice packs. Oh yeah, we'll see. Basically, yeah, we'll see means no, fuck you. That's literally what, yeah, we'll see. I'll go ask. Now, I'll go ask means there's a 60% chance it's a fuck you. But but some, like I said, there are some good cops in there. I don't want to name their names because I don't want to fucking have them be targeted. That's how fucking crazy it is. And I say, oh yeah, so-and-so is a good cop. Like, oh. Yeah. Oh, we got to maybe get rid of that guy. We got to get rid of that lady officer, whoever the fuck it is, right? So I'm not naming any names. So there are some officers that are there when they say, oh yeah, I'll go ask. They actually go ask because they're a CO and they have to ask the sergeant, right? They can't just do orders on their own. There's a hierarchy. There's the sheriff, and then the deputies, but then you have your sergeants, your captains. Well, I think that's in the police, but what's the other one? Pinnacle? I forgot. I don't care anymore. Corporal. You have your sheriff, your captains, your corporals, and then you have your deputies. So your deputies, who are just COs, I guess a deputy would be on the street, but your regular standard correction officer who doesn't have a ranking, if they do anything with an inmate, they have to ask. They have to ask the corporal, they have to ask the captain. And we don't ever see the sheriff. I think he's just always in his office in the main area. And we don't ever see him in the jail. So some of them actually do go ask, okay? But the majority, anytime you hear, oh yeah, we'll see, or oh, I'll go ask, 90% of the times that's just basically their way of saying, fuck you, I'm not gonna do it, without actually saying that's the implication, because we can ask something throughout the day, and then it's a double-edged sword because you need it. Like that old man needed a catheter. That old man needed help getting on the shitter. That guy would fall off the floor trying to get into his wheelchair, and I'd have to try to help him pick him up. Nobody would come from the camera to help pick him up. Like I said, those other two guys that fucking hated him wouldn't help him, and they were ogres. They both had both working arms, but they just didn't like him. And I guess he would disturb their sleep because he'd have to bang on the door. They're like, come on, like, you need to let me out here, please. I gotta take a shit. I need a bathroom to go to the bathroom. It's burning so bad, please. And then those guys were like, all right, shut the fuck down. Dude, this man was living in fucking hell. This man was living in fucking hell. And this is going on a regular fucking basis. This courthouse, this jail, the sheriff's department is absolutely fucking insane. It is so evil what is going on there. I know. Some of you are going to say, well, jail's not supposed to be a pleasant experience. It doesn't have to be an inhumane experience, though. That's my fucking point. There still needs to be a level of professionalism, a level of humanity, and to do things right. It can't just be a fucking shit show jungle gym where cops are just fucking on inmates just for their own personal amusement. That's not how things should work. It's not right. Anyway, I gotta finally go to bed, man. I haven't slept in 6 days, but I had to stay up and make this video just in case something happens. I don't know, I end up on the news because they decide to harass me more. And like I said, it's gonna happen. I'm out on bond, and it's a very fucking expensive bond. And it's an intentionally expensive bond. The only reason had I not broke my shoulder, I don't think I would have paid the bond. I would have tucked it out. I would have stuck it out. I don't know. I could not be lying on a concrete floor on a 1-inch, 2-inch mattress, shitty foam with cracked ribs and a broken shoulder and no medical attention. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't fucking take it anymore. Oh yeah, so the thing with Sal, he was accusing me of a liar, being shiesty, trying to rob him for money. I'm like, no, I've been showing him, like, listen, here's Morristown Ford. They had to type in their, and I said the 40,000, I can't take money out of your account. But the guy's 80 years old, so he has that really old grandpa mentality when it comes to like, listen, my great-grandparents would have said the same fucking thing. Because in their day, money through the phone, wire transfer, no, I've heard this before. This is a scam. We ain't doing that, right? That's immediately where his mind went. And I'm like, anyway, long story short, got on the phone after him not showing up. And eventually I kind of snapped because after he started being rude and his whole person, anyway, he was nice on the phone. And then once I came out and he saw me, I get it. I look rough when I have facial hair. I don't have I usually shave every other day. I just don't care for facial hair. The only time I ever let it get this long is if I'm by myself and I haven't left the house in 2 weeks, which is a very common thing for me. I don't leave the house very often. They just looked at me. Like, he was super nice over the phone. Super cool. Probably, because I'm his stepson's, at the time I didn't know he was a stepson. I thought he was a son. And then I met him like, you're not his dad. And I kind of put two and together. I'm like, oh, I think you're his stepdad. Because they're two contrast difference, and this guy's Jewish. I don't know if Holcomb's Jewish, my attorney, but he doesn't come, it doesn't sound weird. He doesn't come across it. Like, he doesn't have Jew features or a Semitic. He doesn't have Semitic features that you would classify as being Jewish. No, wrong. You can be a Judaist, a practicing Jew, without being Jewish. You can. The religion and the culture and the race is tied into itself, but you can be a practicing Jew without being Jewish. So I don't know. Anyway, where was I going with that? I'm so stressed. My stomach is so tense. My arm hurts like a mother. I just wish I could fucking relax. I'm stressed because I'm making this video and I'm having to I just want to go to fucking bed. I just feel like I'm trying to get out as much as I can. And I'm hoping one of you out there can edit this down to just the meat of it all. I did want to get involved. I just felt like I needed to give these details, man. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So eventually I got on the phone after the third time. I'm like, I don't think this guy's showing up. And everyone in the back who I'm locked up with is basically saying, I've heard some shady shit about Sal. I've heard some bad things about them. Like, he takes people's monies and he goes He doesn't care about you. He cares. I get it. It's a business. A bond is a business, but it's weird to just be seen as a goyim, as a cattle, right? Oh, here's another livestock. But anyway, when I got out there, I got released to jail. I didn't get released to jail. I went out in the back in the garage area to do some bond work with the guy and his assistant, which I think is his wife. I don't know. He just says it's his assistant, but I could be assuming. I don't know. It felt like there was a relationship there, not just strictly business, because they were both Jewish. And when I see a male Jew and a female Jew, I'm like, oh, they must be man and wife, right? No offense. Obviously, when you live in a predominantly white area and you see a black man and a black woman together, you're going to automatically assume like they're husband or husband and wife, right? They could just be brother and sister. They could be friends. Hell, they could be a friend visiting, right? And then you went to the store and you just happened to see them out together. And it's irrelevant regardless. I don't know why I'm rambling. Oh, I know why I'm rambling. I'm fucking having sleep deprivation last fucking week. Not being able to sleep. And having slammed doors every fucking, setting my PTSD up. Anyone knows me, I've been shot in my head. And I have PTSD when I hear loud fucking booming noises. So I had to hear that shit for 6 days and 6 nights fucking straight. Getting no fucking sleep. I couldn't even eat because the food is shit. Everything's over salted, processed, fake meat, trash. It's not even edible. It's nothing. For some people it's edible. And I grew up in a poor area, so basically, it's not until you become an adult and you go to jail and you see the food and your taste buds change and you realize, oh my God, kids in elementary school are being served the same bullshit that jailers are being served. Just slop. Slop. It's bullshit. I don't know, some schools are better than others, but generally speaking, anyway, I told him, hey, you know what? If you were a little bit more, I said, I'm like, you're kind of like technologically inadequate, dude. You know, had you understood more modern technology, we could have had that wire transfer, and I could have already been out of here. But no, I'm still here. And I'm like, and eventually, I just kind of told him because he started getting sharp with me. Like I wasn't, because I was being nice and blah, but then he changed up and he started judging me, and just it was really weird. When I came out there, I shook his hand and stared in his eyes and his assistant. It was just like completely different treatment in person than what was over the phone. Because he didn't see my face. You know? He don't know who I am. And he sees me in person, and he sees I tower over him, and I don't know, I guess I look like Psycho Jesus. That's what I was being called in jail by a few people. And it sucks because when I was bigger, and like I said, I'm skinny now because I don't eat. Not because I can't. I mean, unfortunately, sooner or later, I'm not going to be able to because now all my money, I have to start selling shit. I was already going to start selling. I have a lot of music equipment anyway, but I was going to minimize. But no, they used to call me Thor when I was like bigger, but now I'm fucking skinny as shit. You know, 205. When my standard walk around weight for years was anywhere between 230, 240. But I'm really skinny at 205. And fuck. Ugh. Yeah, so anyway, long story short, I told him, you know what? Had I gone with a different bonding company, I would have already been out by now. And that's when he lost his fucking shit. He's like, you know what? You are a shyster. I just thought it was funny because it's such a Jewish thing to say. You're such a shyster. And I'm like, I'm not the fucking shyster here, dude. Like, you're the one who has my debit card. It hasn't even fucking come back yet. Well, it keeps being declined. Long story short, next day, finally get his ass to bring my card back. You know, like I said, there was Ben Bishop, Miss Ramsey, the investigator, and John Holcomb told him, yeah, you need to bring his debit card back. You can't just keep his debit card because you're mad at him, you know? He needs to bond out, give him his fucking card. You don't get to keep it just because you guys didn't end up getting along, you know? So, I had to get on the phone with my bank to figure out the issue. And thank God I had a really good officer today who allowed me to be able to contact my bank so I can see what was up with the card they had because I'm calling from a jail and not my phone number that's on file with them, they had to do a fraud prevention identity check with me. So they had to do a whole list of questions of, like, just to see if because what color was your 2001, what color was your 2021 Harley Davidson? Like, I don't have a Harley Davidson. Was it black, brown, white, or I never had one? And then eventually it started going to other questions where it's like, what color was your 2021 Ford Econoline? Black, brown, or green? There wasn't even the option of I don't have one. So I started getting sketched. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you keep asking me things that I don't have. It's like I said, it'd be different if they had the question of or don't have one as an option. So when they started reading off stuff that I don't have, and that wasn't an option, I started getting freaked out. I'm like, is that why my bank account feels like it drained a little faster than it should have because someone was buying shit and I just wasn't aware of it? Anyway, long story short, I passed the identity test, and they told me, the card was declined. Whoever was typing it in was putting the wrong billing address. So that dude is what I said. He's technologically inadequate. And it's okay. He's 80 years old. I don't expect a Jewish 80-year-old man who sees the world as cattle to have a sense of humility and humbleness. No. Oh no, I know how technology works. I have 6 computers in my office. Whoop-de-fucking-do, you got 6 computers in your office, dumbass. Do you know how to use Zelle? Do you know how to do a fucking wire transfer from your fucking online bank account? No. Simple fucking child's play shit in this day and age. Oh, I know, I'm very technological. No, you're not. You're literally behind the 8. You're literally fucking 10 to 20 years behind. You're 10 to 20 years behind. Okay? That's fine. It's fine to be 20, but don't act. Don't act. It's annoying. You shyster. So anyway, he was typing in the wrong billing address. That's what they told me. It was declined because they kept typing in the wrong billing address. I don't know whose it was, but he wasn't typing in mine. So apparently he doesn't know how to run a fucking... I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, because when I was calling him back this morning, like, hey, were you gonna come? He wouldn't even pick up my calls. Or if I did the inmate calls where it's not collect, but it sounds like a collect call. But if it's local 423 area code, it's free. But you still have to go through the collect call. After the beep, leave your name. And once they pick up, you can either record a message or you can have a conversation. It's just like that. So there was one time where he picked it up and then hung it up. And the second time, he didn't even pick up. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's why I started. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to start talking to everybody now until people get a hold of you and tell you to bring my fucking card back. And thank God there was my attorney and there was 2 people in the police department. Like I said, Miss Ramsey's a great officer. I hope me saying that doesn't fucking somehow put a target on her. Or somehow they're going to somehow now, hey, you need to be meaner. Guys like him shouldn't like you. You know? Like, well, I'm not allowed to like people who have humanity and basic human decency? You know? It's like, they're treating me like I'm a fucking pedophile or a murderer or a human trafficker. I'm none of those things. They tried to open my car door, tried to grab me out, freaked me out, and I fucking fled. As I'm trying to upload a fucking video to Facebook, multitasking, I took my eyes off the road too long and I fucking smashed into a utility pole. I'm the only one who got hurt. I'm the only one who lost something. Tell me what it is that warrants me being treated like shit. Subhuman shit. The answer, there is none. You just don't fucking like... I mean, am I something... Does my presence... Is my presence enough to disturb your spirit? Is my presence alone just that fucking overwhelming to you, to the point where you're like, dude, This guy's a fucking human being and it fucking irritates me. I wish I could be fucking real. No, I gotta fit in with society and be like everybody else and think I'm a real man because I got a bald head and I hate gay people and I watch UFC and Yellowstone and I'm fucking angry at the world. I can't stand guys like that. I can't stand guys like that. I can't stand guys who, like the dudes who watch UFC pay-per-views at Buffalo Wild Wings. None of those dudes do training. None of those guys compete live. None of those guys fight. But because they watch it, they think they're a badass. Because they watch it, they think they're an alpha. I can't stand that shit. It's such a fucking toxic environment. It's stupid. Because most of those dudes can't fight. Most of those dudes can't fight. Most of those dudes are friends with cops who, if something happens, oh, I'm protected. So that's why they're able to act stupid. They're able to act idiotic. They're connected. You want to really show something? Act a fool without being connected. But it's like, goddamn. It's like, do these people think I'm? Yeah, I'm not even go down that route. I already know what the answer is. But anyway, what I was saying is about that nurse Brandy. The only reason she even brought me anything today, and it wasn't in my holding cell. She came in that holding cell 3 or 4 times before I was able to finally get out. Not one of my medical requests were responded to. It was almost the same thing. Oh yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, let me go see. And I might come back. Never comes back. Like I said, my stomach hurts so fucking bad. So my energetic signal's coming off really fucking weird right now. I'm sorry. And I'm in pain. I got a broken shoulder and cracked ribs, man. Anyway, I go out into the main floor where the main control office is, where they bring inmates in before they get booked, and that's where the majority of the cops are kind of hanging out at the time. Unless cops usually hang out in the main control area unless they need to. They make their rounds every hour, the different dorms or the different cell blocks or whatever, or the holding cell. And so I'm out on the main floor making a phone call, and thankfully the investigator corporal. So she's a corporal, but she's also an investigator, Miss Ramsey. And I made sure to ask Brandy, the nurse, we can even call her that, she's a terrorist. I asked Brandy in front of Miss Ramsey, hey, I've been asking you since this morning to finally get me something. Can we please get something for this insane rash? I've been asking you since I've been here and you've given me nothing. She's in a predicament where now she has to fucking give me something. So she gives you some hydrocortisone cream, right? Like I said, this camera, I don't think this camera angle is all that good. I'm in so much pain. So I can't see shit. I can't even fucking see if I'm showing you anything right. Yeah, dude, this fucking camera angle sucks ass. And so I'm gonna go back over here again. Tired of this. Fuck, dude. I can't wait to get my arm movement back. Because I wanted to go to fucking Serbia and get my surgery. Because I can get it there cheaper than I can get it in the fucking United States. But look at this. This is awful. This is absolutely fucking horrible. And I've had it on me and it's been leaking and it's been spreading since that day. And I've asked her, can you please give me something to kill this and whatever this bug bites? Like I said, they're chiggers. Not a jigger, but a chigger. So this is what they're called out here, I guess. And I guess they latch onto you and they just burrow into your skin and they just create these crazy blistering bubbling effects. And they all bursted and they kept spreading. And she, in her sick fucking mind, she's like, that's what he gets. He deserves it. Fuck you, Brandy, you piece of human shit. Fuck you, bitch. What are you gonna do? Retaliate? Yeah, we really gotta rally together to get this fucking guy to violate his bond now. That's all this is. So anyway, she had to bring it to me. And then she comes back. I'm like, oh yeah, can I please get an ice pack? Well, but first off, when she brings me my stuff, she has to make an underhanded comment. Oh yeah, when I was in there early, you smelled really bad. Like she has to get her little underhanded jab in there because she had to do her fucking job. Like she actually had to fucking service me. Not in that fucking way, but. And then I asked her for an ice pack. Now, there is a red line you're not allowed to cross as an inmate unless you have a deputy or a corrections officer with you or a cop. And anyone who's not an inmate, you need to have a cop, a law enforcement officer, to go with you past that line. So what she does is she knows Brandy's out of sight. Not Brandy. Brandy now knows Miss Ramsey is out of sight. So yeah, here's your ice pack. Here you go. She stands like right behind the red line where I'm not supposed to cross. And I didn't really think about it until after I grabbed it. Anyways, I'm walking on my mind. It's always a fucking tug war with you, huh? You gotta make me come up knowing I got broken ribs and a broken shoulder. You can't just bring it to me, right? She makes me go almost fucking violate a rule. And a cop almost zinged me for saying, hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're just giving me an ice pack? Okay. Had it been anyone fucking else who was like one of the more corrupt, aggressive officers, I don't know how that fucking interaction would have went, man. But she was mad that because anytime I asked her for something, I was asking in front of the investigator. And like I said, saying this will probably put a fucking target on her, which I pray to God doesn't. And if it does, I am sorry, Miss Ramsey. You are an astounding officer, and you rock, and you're a professional, and you do your job, and you're pretty. And I'm not saying this just because you're pretty. If you were pretty and you were mean, I would not be fucking saying anything positive about you. I don't like pretty, mean girls. You're not pretty, you're ugly. But anyway, Miss Ramsey's amazing. And apparently Brandy has a bit of a kryptonite. She can't be cruel in front of the investigator corporal. But you know what's funny? When she's there with a certain shift, she literally acts like she's one of the COs. She ain't there. She ain't there to be a nurse. She's there to fucking deny medical service and get off on people suffering. Like I said, I thought my situation was bad, right? It was really bad. Broken shoulder, cracked ribs, lying on a fucking floor, having a rash, being laughed at, basically told fuck you, right? As bad as my situation was, I mean, the financial part of it and the conspiracy theory still blows him away, but I still just take all the other shit away and just make it physical and age-wise. That was an 80-year-old man who can't walk, who has a terrible bladder infection, and he's being bullied in fucking jail. And anytime he would try to get out of his cot into his wheelchair, half the time he would fall onto the fucking ground and he couldn't get back up. And me being me, I do not have... Morally, I cannot allow a crippled 80-year-old man who's already fucking having it terrible to just remain on a cold cement floor. Because there's a camera in there. They can see if he's on the floor or not. They won't come and get him because they're on the opinion, oh, he can do it himself. Yeah, it probably takes him 30 fucking minutes because he can't walk. His legs are kind of like, he has to force them to separate because they're like this most of the time. I'm not sure if that's due to his bladder infection, but he has to force himself to try to uncross them and it hurts him. So his legs stay like that the whole time. And he's 80, 81, something like that. So I'm like, dude, every time he fucking fell, I have to sacrifice my fucking broken shoulder even more just to pick his ass up and put him in the fucking bed. Because like I said, the other two guys that were there, they had two working arms. They were capable. I wouldn't expect the other 80-year-old man to help him, you know? But then there was another guy there who also had a broken shoulder. I think it was more healed, but he seemed to be able to be much more comfortable than I was in the situation. Like, I don't think it wasn't a severe break like mine. Like, he wasn't all bruised up and banged up and swollen and shit, but it was still, from what I heard, a broken arm or a fracture or something. Me and him together combined had 2 fucking arms, and we were the only ones who would help him. And we're just like sacrificing, because when you use one arm while one's broken, and because like I said, I hear the bone, the part that's broken, when I move it shifts, and I feel the bone shifting every fucking time, and then boom, it just starts swelling up even crazier. My arm starts getting all dark, but yeah, I keep sacrificing my arm for him because nobody else would fucking come pick, and I don't lack empathy towards other human beings unless you're just a real piece of shit who lacks empathy yourself. But I don't have it in me, no matter how fucking hurt I am, no matter how fucked up I am, no matter how battered I am, broken I am, I don't have it in me to not help someone who clearly fucking needs it and nobody else fucking will. If I'm the only motherfucker around, I can barely do it, I will still help. Because I don't have it in me to just allow another human being, especially an old man, who's in on some petty shit, who shouldn't even fucking be there. No, the cops wouldn't come in and help pick him up. The nurse sure ain't fucking gonna come in and pick him up. They're laughing at it. They all thought it was funny. And the other 2 monsters that I was talking about, there's 3 monsters in there, but one monster was, a little more docile and elderly, so he couldn't really. But he had his grit about him, but he wasn't mean to Mike. The other 2 dudes, fucking Larry and John. Larry's this big old fat, red, I don't know what the fuck he is. White guy, tattoos, and guy got stabbed here and stabbed there, blah, blah. And then John's this other guy. They're been there for murder. And little old Mike is just in there for a marijuana charge, and because he missed a court date. What the fuck? And they both, even them, were the 2 monsters I'm talking about, Larry and John. Every time that guy would fall on the ground, they would laugh. Oh, look at your stupid ass fell again. Ha ha ha. Look at that dumbass old man's on the fucking ground again. And I would go to pick him up. No, he can do it himself. We've seen him do it. And I'm like, dude, I lived with my great grandparents as a kid. I've seen what happens when people this age can't walk. And dude, I'm struggling just to fucking move around, man. And I got a broken arm. I'm 30-something years old. This man's legs are fucked up, and he's got a terrible fucking infection in his bladder, and he's 81 years old. That is, dude, I couldn't even fucking begin to imagine how tortured that man feels. Like I said, I pray he gets out tomorrow, because he said his court date's tomorrow. He should be getting out tomorrow. I hope he does. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I got to fucking go to bed. I wanted to go to bed as soon as I got home, but I had to look everywhere for my deed. I know, I couldn't even find my fucking deed. And not a coincidence, because I put my deed, when I first got it, with all my housing stuff. And this, I'm going to show you. In this folder right here, so it's not, dude left his card. In this folder right here, where I leave everything for I'm an organized person when I have shit. Deed wasn't in there when I got home. I always put all my folders and shit side by side. My deed's not in there. So the whole time I'm like, me and the bondsman, because the bondsman can't leave until he finds my deeds. Thankfully he's cool. We're going to go in the morning just because he has to put a lien on my house, so I can't sell it until this is fucking over. Which I don't like. What am I fucking saying? Ow, fuck, I just fucking banged my arm. Ow! See, as bad as this is for me, imagine being fucking 81 and at your legs. Okay, this is my arm. Imagine your fucking legs and being more than twice my age. Twice my age is 64. He's 81. That's more than twice. It's almost triple my age. So it's just, I just really needed to get there. I really needed to get this out there. For the few that, so I haven't been really watching the comments or anything. I just see that people are watching, but if anybody can, I don't know, man. These people are really fucking with me. This is a very Morristown, Tennessee the whole law enforcement court system out here is absolutely crooked as fuck. Like I said, I have a unique name. I'm a different type of person, and you Google Wolf Mountford, my music comes up. But when you go in the legal system, they use your legal name. My full legal name is Wolfgang Neil Mountford. So when you type in Wolfgang Mountford instead of Wolf Mountford, completely different search options pop up. You see my Santa Monica shooting incident, $1.75 million. Oh, this guy's got money. Let's extort him. That is what I'm dealing with here. That is literally what I'm dealing with here. They don't like me. Oh, he's got money. Let's extort him. Let's make his life hell. We don't like this fucking guy. Let's make him so broke to the point where he can't even... Yeah, I said everything. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. I'm going to go to bed. But I love you guys. Peace.